Good afternoon, good evening, friends. Today we are going to discuss on one of the hot topic that is IT support interview questions with answers. I would like to explain you some real life industry examples as well. So kindly watch this video till end. This is very useful video if you are preparing for IT support jobs. Previously, I have given a lot of interview questions regarding application support, desktop support. If you want that interview question in PDF format, then please subscribe the channel, click on bell icon, and send me mail on complexsql@gmail.com, which you can see on the screen. But the condition and only condition is to subscribe the channel. Okay. So a lot of good content in my channel. You can just visit my channel, comment it on comment section. So let's start with IT support interview questions. So what we are going to discuss first is common technical questions we are going to discuss. Then second, we are going to discuss on problem solving skills because as a IT support engineer, you require to know the common technicalities for support job. Then problem solving skill, interviewer might check. Then customer service and communication related interview questions. Then adaptability and learning related interview questions, and some system administration related interview questions. Okay. So let's start with first topic, common technical interview questions. So these 10 interview questions are 100% asked interview questions. So I would recommend you to prepare for every interview question. Okay. First is, what is your experience with different operating systems? So as a IT support executive, you require to work on multiple operating system. You might need to work on Mac operating system, which is owned by Apple, or Linux operating system, Unix multiple versions of operating system, or Windows operating system as well. So they might ask you the question regarding what the experience working with different operating system. So you require to start with knowledge of Windows operating system. So you can explain like, I have extensive experience with various versions of Windows operating system, including installation, configuration, and troubleshooting of common issues. Regularly use tools like command prompt and PowerShells. So you require to give some idea about what kind of experience you are having like in Windows operating system. Just like you can add the installation experience, configuration, and also you can add some tools, experience with Mac operating system and Linux operating system. So you can just try to give the heads up about proficiency with a Mac operating system with several Linux distributions as well. You can also give the heads up about what versions you have worked on for Linux or Unix operating system, just like Ubuntu or CentOS, and capable of performing system updates and software installation using command prompt. Because in Linux, you require to use the command prompt or command line operations. Okay, give some real life examples of troubleshooting. You can give or add one of the example of troubleshooting, like resolve the critical system failure issue by diagnosing the problem through the log files. So in every support job, first important thing, or development job as well, or customization job as well, first important thing is have checking the logs. Logs are key important things. In logs, you get to know that what error the system is facing exactly. Okay, so you can mention like give one scenario for critical system failure, where you check the log files and successfully restore that functionality without any data loss or minimizing downtime. Okay, as a IT support engineer, your key job, key work is to make sure that the downtime is very low. Okay. Most of the companies, the downtime of the system is 99.7. They are just making sure that the downtime for the application is less. Okay. Sorry, uptime is 99.7, not downtime. Okay. Downtime might be 0.3 or 0.2%. Second interview question is, how do you handle the network troubleshooting? So as a IT support executive, you require to troubleshoot the network issues as well. I have already given the 5 networking commands, which are really important for IT support executives. So you can just go to my channel and check that 5 networking commands as well if you are preparing for the IT support interviews. So first, you require to understand the steps to diagnose the networking issues. Begin with checking the physical connections, because most of the times the networking issues are due to the connectivity issue from or physical connection issue, right? So you need to start with physical connections, then verify network configuration, followed by running diagnostic tools like ping, trace route. I have explained these commands in detail in that video, so I just urge you to check that video because that video is really important. I've given the real life industry examples in that. Okay, to identify the root cause and of the issue. Then tools used for network troubleshooting. There are multiple tools you are using for network troubleshooting, like Wireshark for network packet analysis. NetStat is one of the tool for network statistics. Nmap for network scanning, to resolve various network related issues. You require to give that examples of a tools. that will give the idea to interviewer like you have experience in using Wireshark tool or any other networking tools. Also, he will get the idea about the ping command, traceroute command, and you can traverse the interview. Like if you added the answer like ping command in your answer and you know that ping command how it is working properly, then next question from the interviewer might come like what exactly the ping command is and where you have used, right? Just like that you require to run the interview. Next section we will discuss about problem solving skills. So I have given two examples, two interview questions which I have asked in IT support interviews. Can you describe a challenging situation where you faced in in a previous IT support role and how do you resolve that? Okay, so this is related to problem solving skill. Okay, so I have given the example answer. In my previous role, I encountered a server crash during peak business hours, and this is important. I suggest you to just by heart this answer. Okay, so every support engineer might have faced these kind of issues. I quickly diagnosed the issue as a hardware failure, replaced the faulty component, and restored the service within hour, minimizing the downtime. So that is minimization of downtime is your job, your key role. Okay, and real industry example is an IT support specialist at financial institute resolved a server crash by swiftly replacing a failed hard drive. So there was a hard drive failure, and you require to restore the critical services, maintaining the business continuity. Okay, so just remember that IT support executive have two key jobs: minimizing downtime and make sure to have great business continuity. Next interview question is what steps do you take when a user reports a software issue? What steps do you take? I listen carefully to the user's description, ask clarifying questions, replicate the issue, apply potential fixes, and communicate the solution to the user. Replicating issue is important here. Okay. Given the real life industry example, an IT support technician guided a user through a rollback of recent update that caused application crashes, ensuring their work continued smoothly. Okay, so this is another problem solving skill. This question, with this question, interviewer might know how you can resolve the problem. Then customer service and communication related questions. So as an IT support executive, you must need to have a good customer communication, and you require to provide good customer service. Okay, so I have added few examples. How do you explain technical issue to non-technical person? This is 101% asked interview question. Okay, so you require to focus on strategies of simplifying the technical issue to non-technical person, like use analogies and everyday language to relate complex concepts. Okay, ensuring the person can grasp basics without getting overwhelmed by technicalities. So first you require to use the very easy language which is non-technical language to make sure that customer can understand. Like server crash issue, if server is crashed and due to that application is not working fine, so he don't know about the server, he don't know about the server crash, so you require to simply give him some diagram of a server how your application works, and then you can explain him the server crash issue accordingly. Okay, example for successful explanation: imagine describing a cloud storage as a digital version of physical storage unit where files are kept safe without occupying the space of your design on your design. So let's say you have migrated your system from physical server to digital cloud storage. So in that case also you can give the explanation non-technically to a non-technical person technically with creating the images, multiple images. Okay, so that is key important thing. How do you handle a difficult customer? So this is also 100% asked interview question for IT support jobs. Techniques to de-escalating the situations. Okay, as a IT support executive, you require to know the technique for de-escalating the situations. Maintain calmness is important. Practice active listening. As a support executive, you must need to have listening skills. If interviewer asks you that what is key, what important key skill IT support executive requires, that is active listening. Okay, acknowledge the customer's feeling and provide clear and compassionate communication to resolve the issue. Case study of challenging customer interaction. Consider a scenario where customer is frustrated with a software issue. Through empathy, patience, and effective troubleshooting, their concern were successfully addressed. So you can schedule the call with the customer, explain him the issue. You can try to resolve that issue in front of the customer. If it is very simple issue like system restart issue or server restart, Okay, you can show him like, I have restarted the server and we will check that the application is working fine or not, and just let him know to do that whatever he is doing on the application in front of you. So this will gain the confidence of a customer. Next is adaptability and learning related interview questions. How do you stay updated with latest technology trends? So you might have seen currently there are a lot of AI tools and technologies are coming, right? So how to use that tools, how to use the technologies effectively to make your job easy is important nowadays. Okay, so resources for continuous learning, utilizing online platforms such as Coursera, Udemy, or LinkedIn Learning to access the latest courses and tutorials, engaging the webinars and technical meetups. Okay, you can give some examples of that. Recently, I have acquired in cloud computing AWS skill, machine learning basics using Python, and mastering in project management tool like Jira and Trello, with using multiple platforms like Coursera or Udemy or LinkedIn Learning. Okay, you can explain that things. Describe a time when you had to learn a new technology quickly. So you can explain anything, anything, any scenario. Okay, because nowadays they are, or companies are coming up with very latest technologies and trends. Like recently in my company, they have come up with the Copilot integration with the Jira. Okay, so just like that, you can learn that how to use the Copilot effectively. Okay, so learning approach, adapted a hands-on approach by dividing into project-based learning and utilizing the online documentation. Engaged in peer discussion to accelerate understanding. Okay, application of new technology in real scenarios. Successfully implemented an automated deployment pipeline using Docker and Kubernetes within a 2 weeks time frame to streamline development process for the team. Okay, so these are very common things and very common practices nowadays companies are applying, like coming up with automated deployment, CI/CD things, Dockers, Kubernetes, etc. You can give one example. Then some system administration questions. Explain your experience with system backups and recovery. As a IT support executive, you require to take a routine backup. Okay, routine backup procedures. Detailing the routine backup processes for daily, weekly, and monthly backups to ensure data integrity and availability, including the tools and methods used. Okay, but here communication is also important with the customer, that you are taking up the backup on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, and you're maintaining that. But you should need to set up the communication method with routine backup procedures as well. Handling system recovery after a failure. Let's say, unfortunately, your system was down and you require to restore that system. Illustrating the steps taken for restore system from backup, troubleshooting common issues, and ensuring minimal downtime during the recovery. I have made sure that thing in my previous organization. You require to explain like that to the interviewer. Next interview question is, what is your experience with Active Directory? Active Directory, every companies are using Active Directory. So you require to explain your experience considering the user management, security policy implementation, and real world example. Okay. First is user management, exploring the creation and deletion and maintenance of a user accounts, along with configuring group policies and permissions to secure and streamline the access control is important, key important thing. And how you have managed, how you have maintained, you need to explain it to the interviewer. Security policy implementation. You require to describe the implementation strategies for enforcing security policies through Active Directory. Security is key important thing in every organization. Okay, so how you have implemented the security policies in Active Directory, you require to add that example, like including the password policies, account lockup policies, lockout policies, and audit settings. Those are important policies. Real world example of Active Directory configuration, providing a detailed scenario where Active Directory was used to solve a specific organization need, highlighting the setup and configuration steps involved. Okay, you require to give any real world example where Active Directory is used effectively in the organization. Okay, so these are very, very vital questions which I come up with. I created this very small video, and thanks for watching this video till end. If you want these interview questions at free of cost in PDF format, then please subscribe the channel, click on bell icon, send me mail on complexskill@gmail.com. Okay, I am providing lot of I have provided interview questions at free of cost to lot of people. I just checked the count yesterday, it was around 7,000 people. I have provided the real world examples and interview questions in PDF format. Okay, so you can also take that advantage, but by subscribing the channel. Okay, thanks for watching this video till end. Cheers.